Welcome on this Saturday evening before, for most of us, it's the rest of Christmas. But welcome to something new, something fresh. Welcome to the first episode of the Alliance Sports Podcast here on the Alliance Sports Podcast YouTube channel, which we hope you are subscribing and sharing with your friends. I am Double A Anthony Alvarez. Pleasure to be joining this new edition, of course, joined by the man's vision who put this all together, the one, the only Alonzo, the son of Dr. Death, Alonzo Thomas. Um, Pleasure to be a part of this, sir. And just give me the idea of why you wanted to put this little thing together, sir.
Well, I definitely am inspired by the nation to put this thing together. My father, and of course, the viewers. I wanted to give them a vision of what this whole thing is all about. And in different ways, different aspects of the game, different ways of inside and out of the game, and just give my perspective and give others their chance to give their perspective on what this whole thing is about.
All right, well, we certainly appreciate that. My co-host of the Mizzle and Dub Show, Raymond Mizzle Mason, will be joining us momentarily. He's also a part of this, so he will chime um, in a few minutes. But we are pleased to be joined by one of Lonzo's friends and guests on this first episode of the podcast. We are pleased and pleasured to be joined by Joe Sugarfree Ramirez, who is the president of the Raiders Misfits Raider Booster Club. Joe, we appreciate you coming on, and real quickly, just tell us about how you got involved in creating this booster club.
Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. I started this booster club. We're going 5 years into it. I've been doing this Raider thing for a minute now. I just had a vision, honestly, of just wanting to help people. I've always appreciated the nation, and I've always appreciated watching other people give back in the community from the Raider Nation, and I wanted to do it too. And honestly, it was just kind of just me having an idea, sitting on my couch, and I just kind of said, you know what, and let's do it. I didn't think anybody would follow me. I didn't think anybody would want to join and want doing what I do. You never really start this kind of thing. Hoping for followers or hoping you just kind of just
the best
it makes you
ideas
happy.
come from, Joe.
You got to do what makes you happy, and it makes me happy to make other people happy, man. I just I started this club with the goal of giving back, helping the community, seeing smiles on faces just kind of makes me feel good. That's why I started it. And none of the, honestly, none of this that we work as a team. It's a family thing. We work as a team. Nothing gets done without all of us putting in our effort, and that's how it all gets done, man. And I'm glad we have a lot of supporters in the nation that support us, and we love to support them as well.
Now, I kind of know how Zoe obviously became a fan from. I mean, he was born into it. Let's just call what it is. But for you, Joe, was there a certain player? Was there a certain game? What is it about this organization that just made you become a fan and made you bleed the colors that is silver and black?
Well, I mean, growing up, already I had family that was already Raider fans. I had uncles that were already Raider fans. But I mean, you're not, a lot of people are born into it. I had my own choices, and honestly, my favorite player was Bo Jackson. I love Bo Jackson.
Not a bad choice.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that was my favorite. That was my favorite player, and I have a love for baseball as well. And one of my big things was I see this man playing football, rocking it out, and then he would go play some ball too. You know what I mean? I'm just like, damn, you know what I mean? Like, and that just kind of like that just astonished me, bro. Like, it's just watching him play was like just like it's like what just it was just so smooth, man. He just played with little effort, and it just it was something good to watch, man. And that's why I really became a fan watching Bo Jackson. And then from there, just watching the greats, man. Like just watching the greats growing up, watching the good defense of Howie Long, Lau Lazedo, and then being a fan on the opposite side, wanting to be a fan. One of my biggest, and who's the friend of mine now, is the Violator. You would see this guy, man, and he would be in the crowd and he'd just be growling, you know what I mean? He'd just be growling and he was just, with these spikes on, bro, and you're just like, damn, that's a badass motherfucking fan right there, man. So you would see that, man. It would pump you up, and then I'm like, man, you're already a fan of the team, and you're kind of as a fan part, you want to be like, well, I want to be like that. I want to be like that guy. I want to be rabid like him. I want to be in the black hole like him. I want to be over there, and it just. And being in the Raider Nation, man, it's like a big family. You just see each other all the time. You see, and you just kind of catch up with everybody. It's a wonderful thing.
I think I speak for me and almost. I can pretty much say that Bo Jackson is probably the best athlete that has ever lived that we've seen so far. What you think, Dub?
Well, I've always said in my lifetime, him and Dion are the two greatest athletes I've ever seen.
The two greatest athletes.
Like I said, if they both wanted to, they probably could win gold medals in sprints if they wanted to, because they were just that damn fast. I mean,
they absolutely separate themselves.
I mean, there's many definitions to what Bo did. I mean, like I said, Bo's the only guy I know to make all-star teams in the NFL and Major League Baseball, and just his pure talent was on display. I mean, if he just would have stuck to one and didn't have the unfortunate hip injury against the Bengals in the 91 playoffs, for sure, first ballot Hall of Famer, for sure, because, I mean, there was nothing on any field that Vincent Edward Jackson could not do, and I will still say that
on either field.
This day.
Yeah, he was on a different level. Yeah. He was on a different level.
What you got going on next with your group? Man, shout out to the Misfits. Shout outs to the Misfits.
Thanks, bro.
Absolutely.
Right now, we kind of stay busy, bro. I think, my guys are always watching the game. As far as community events, we got some things working. As far as we got some trunk or treats going on for the kids. We're always thinking about the kids in the community, man, because the kids are they're our next wave, man. You gotta teach them right. You know what I mean? You gotta teach them right, and the world's a crazy place, man. You gotta teach these kids, man, that there's a better way out there. So we never try to forget about the kids. So we're doing some trunk or treats in October. We got that going on. November, I'm looking at doing a big turkey. We're doing some turkey giveaways, feeding some families. We either try to go to the mission, or we're gonna try. We got some other things collaborating. We got some things going on with that. And then as far as Christmas, my guys in Rosarito have a Rosarito chapter. We're gonna do some toy giveaways down in Mexico. We're probably gonna do some toy giveaways. I'm not really sure. We just finished helping a boxing club down there. This is a little boxing gym, and they were just trying to raise money and funds for trying to get the kids off the streets over there, man. So we kind of stepped up, helped them, and so now we're kind of working with them. So we might work with them as far as giving a little toy giveaway, maybe work with some orphanages. So we try to stay busy. For us, it's kind of like a 24/7, 365 thing. We don't really have an off season. And that, Alonzo, like Raider fans, we don't have an off season, bro. Like, we go year round. We have events, we have giveaways, we have give backs, we have everything, and then then there's training camp, so and then the
I see you
draft,
out
and
there, brother
it's
Joe.
just
That's why
it
I had
goes
to
on
have
and
you
on,
on.
man. So
I
you
know you're
know,
doing a lot of big things out there in the community and got your chapters out there making waves happen. You know what I mean? And I appreciate you definitely, man, brother. I big you up and the Misfits for doing all this work out there. Keep the SBA involved. You know what I'm saying, and informed so we can contribute when we can. I'll try to contribute when I can, whenever you're out here in Vegas and stuff like that. But absolutely, you know what I mean. I got to give you your props, brother. You know what I mean? I've watched you out there doing big things, and it don't stop. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Keep
thank you,
doing your
bro. Like I
thing. Big
said,
up.
we I appreciate that. We're just kind of stepping in the stones that were laid out for us.
Hmm.
There's been great clubs before us and great people before us that have been doing this for years, and we kind of like we took I took bits and pieces from them, and a lot of them are big ups to them still doing it. There's way too many clubs to
Absolutely.
name. You know what I mean? I don't want to leave nobody out, so I don't really kind of like doing that. But big ups to the
Big ups
clubs
to
that were
all of
doing
them.
it before us, and showed us the way, man. And showed us the proper way of doing it, and the people that were doing it, and the people who are still doing it, like you and different clubs, man. These clubs, they taught us and they laid the stones out, man, and we're just walking them, and we're just, and we took bits and pieces, like I said, and we kind of made our own way. We made our own way. We
Absolutely.
have our own path that we kind of go, but the major road was kind of laid out for us already. The game plan was already set, and we're
So I
kind
know
of
you
we're
don't
kind
want
of
to
we're kind of
leave
just
out
following the
nobody.
game plan.
I know you don't want to leave out nobody, like you said, but go ahead and name some of them chapters you got out there around the United or even abroad.
Man, I mean, even as far as my chapters and my club, as far as we got Portland. I got some people in Denver. I got El Paso. I got Rosarito. I just opened up some a chapter in the Empire.
Okay.
Um, so, and like I said, and it's not even just our club, man. It's just like a lot of different clubs, and big ups to the clubs, man. Like I said,
Yeah, we gotta
I,
we
and I
gotta
and
put
I
them together and
there's
start
like
working
like
together
I said,
more.
I hate naming them because I'm gonna leave somebody out. I know I always do, and then I'm gonna get a call, man. You forgot me, I'm just like,
You
damn,
know what, though?
So
That goes to
so
show
I,
you, we all growing as a nation, and you know, we might leave a couple out because you know what? There's a lot of new ones out there. There's a
yeah,
lot of the old ones out there. There's a bunch of them out there, and we hardly realize how many is out there. So you
yeah,
know
like we're
what?
growing.
Good stuff to all of them out there. You know what I mean? We making moves.
Yeah, big ups to all of them, bro.
So,
Absolutely.
so Joe, has any of the Raiders alumni have they come out and participated in your charitable events that you have done since you've put this together with the Misfits?
No, we really haven't actually reached out that far. Um, we haven't actually reached out or anything. We just kind of like do our thing. We kind of do our thing. There's maybe one day we'll try to reach out. I know there's certain players that would love to get involved.
Absolutely.
That would love to get involved in the community, in the right setting and the right what we're doing. If it's right for them and it's a cause that they really believe in, I know that there's players that would jump on it. I already know that for a
And
fact.
brother Joe, get
I
with
just
me
haven't
after
really gone
after
that
the
route. I
podcast.
haven't. Not that I don't want to. I just haven't
Get with
really,
me
I
after the
haven't really
podcast,
reached
brother
out.
Joe. I might be able to find somebody in your area that can get involved and would love to. So
Yeah,
just
man.
get
Let
with
me
me
know,
after
man. We
the
would love
thing.
to
You know
get
what I
them
mean?
involved and
We'll chop it
and,
up
and just show
and maybe
them.
we can get them involved.
Yeah, man. We can link up and do something, brother.
Absolutely. But I know some guys in your area. You in that SoCal area, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. You know what I mean?
All right.
We'll talk,
Sounds
off
good, bro.
camera,
Like I said,
figure some
let me
stuff
know,
out
and
and
then
get them
we'll
involved.
see what cause they want to get involved with, and we're involved with, and maybe we could do something big.
Absolutely.
All right.
Good looking out.
Now to the matter at hand. As well, for Raider Nation, Christmas will officially start at 1:05 p.m. tomorrow in Inglewood, California, or as some like to call it, Allegiant South, as it is forecasted that 62% of SoFi will be filled with Raiders silver and black as the Raiders and
You know
Chargers
it.
for the second consecutive season. We'll go out to open up the season, or for the second time in 3 years, the Raiders will open up in Inglewood against the Chargers. So, just going back to last season, start out slow. Then Mark Davis makes the move to go from Josh McDaniels to Antonio Pierce, as Antonio Pierce goes 5-4 in his 9 games coach, which is enough to take off the interim tag. And now it is his program, first full season, installing his program, adding guys like Marvin Lewis to his coaching staff,
Yep. His
retaining
program.
retaining Patrick Graham as the defensive coordinator, and then adding Luke Getsy from the Bears as the offensive coordinator. They decided to go with Gardner Minshew to start the season at quarterback. They let Josh Jacobs walk as he signed with Green Bay, and now putting the bell cow responsibilities in the hands of Zamir White Zeus. Raiders went 1-1-1 in the preseason, 1 win, 1 loss, and a tie for what it's worth. But unfortunately, there was some bad news that took place today, as unfortunately Malcolm Kuntz suffered a knee injury, is on injury reserve, which definitely hurts the pass rush. Definitely was counting on him to complement Watkins.
Next man up.
And big Max in the stead. And now joining us is my co-host of the Mizzle and Dub Show, and as you can see, he is ready for Christmas tomorrow. Yes.
Raiders!
I should have known.
I knew that was coming.
Oh, you dang right, man.
Okay.
Dang right.
Can I continue to give you your intro, sir?
Well, yeah, go ahead, but I think I did it all right.
You did, but joining us is my co-host of the Mizzle and Dub Show, Raymond Mizzle Mason. So, Mizzle, we was just talking about Christmas starting at 1:05 tomorrow, and just going over the up-to-date stuff of how AP took over last season, went 5-4, got the interim tag taken off, and is implementing his program. But we're just talking about the unfortunate injury to Malcolm Kuntz.
Oh man, you hurt my feelings. I'm in my feels right now.
Well, he for now. Now reports can also change, but right now,
Next man up. Number 1 draft pick.
Tyree.
Yeah. Wilson. And just added to the active from the practice squad was a pass rusher, Charles Snowden. So he is now on the active roster. So, I mean, obviously, you can't replace a Malcolm Kuntz, who definitely came on strong last season. So if you
Underrated.
are Patrick Graham, what is your game plan to try and contain Justin Herbert, who is a talent, but however, he does not have Mike Williams to throw the ball to. He does not have Keenan Allen. So
no more Austin Eckler.
That too. So if you're Patrick Graham, what would you say is the mindset? What would you say is the game plan to contain the Chargers tomorrow afternoon at Allegiant South, aka SoFi Stadium?
Well, let's just keep it to the perspective. Just because we lost Malcolm Kuntz, who's a big factor to that defense, the game plan doesn't change. You just, like as Zoe just said, next man up, rush the quarterback. And
rush the quarterback.
And the word that you would say, brother, because you are a big Al Davis connoisseur.
Oh, the 5-minute rule.
You damn right.
First 5 minutes.
You dang right. First 5 minutes, you must go down hard.
You must go down.
Just the good thing is we still got big Christian Wilkins in the middle.
Oh yeah.
That signing right there just made Kuntz or anybody that lines up outside of Max a lot better. That signing was tremendously huge. It gets unnoticed because, you know, anytime a big time player signs with the Raiders, their career seems to go backwards.
Guys with high motors like that.
Well, but you know, Zoe, anytime a good player comes to the Raiders, they say that, oh, good signing, but will their career still be as good as it was? I.e. Devontae
Was Ronnie Lott done?
No.
Was Roger Craig done?
No.
Was Tom Rathman done? Was Jim Plunkett done?
Nope.
I mean, I could keep going on and on.
Of course.
But it's unnecessary too. We got so many guys from other teams. Oh, Rich Gannon. I mean, we could go on and on and on and on.
But
we revive guys' careers as well. I mean, everybody says they go backwards and this and that, but nah, that's not the truth because we got too many on the other side of the fence that have gone and revived their careers and bettered their careers coming to us that other teams and organizations gave up on. So I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with that. But I know a guy like that with a high motor like that plays a little bit under 90% of the snaps is not going nowhere. His career is just going up.
Well, know what? You know the thing with Max is Max don't get off the field. And
he don't take a play off.
No, and everybody wants to try to replicate what Max does. So do you think Christian Wilkins wants to take that 90% and jump on Max's we got to dominate? So
and I mean, if we're doing research and looking into what's happening since Wilkins came to the team, I mean, he's the first one in the building, just like Max, last one to lead a building. I mean, that isn't a player that isn't looking to not succeed. That's a guy that's just looking to succeed and get his elevation going in his career and get to that top. He wants to be the top of the cream of the crop.
But here's what we're not talking about. And there's no stat for this, because if Wilkins is drawing a double team, he's doing his job, because that means somebody is going to have one-on-one, and someone's going to have a chance to eat and sack the quarterback.
Oh yeah,
a free shot to the quarterback.
Max defeats triple teams.
And you know what? Then that other side of the field, that other side of the line should be, successful. If these guys are getting double, triple team, then somebody got a free lane.
Yeah, that's
to the quarterback.
Someone has to step up in their free lane that's given.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's where we're gonna miss Kuntz a little bit, because he can get there. You know what? I think Tyree Wilson is going to shock a lot.
I'm still high on Tyree. I'm very high on him.
Right.
Let's talk about this. The man ain't had let's talk about his rookie year. He didn't have a full camp.
Correct.
He didn't have no preseason because he was hurt. We drafted him hurt.
And he's a sophomore.
Exactly.
I mean, it's only his second year, yeah.
And towards the end of the year, you saw flashes.
Oh, you saw the potential. The potential.
So now
we've seen the flashes.
Has a full off season. Max has literally took this young man under his wing. If you've been watching anything on YouTube with the Raiders, Max said, "This is my son."
Yeah, he calls him his son.
Yes, Tyree has been. Matter of fact, it was Tyree that reached out to Max. It was like, "What do I need to do?"
And that's what. Reach out to the other great ones.
Yep.
Same thing.
I mean,
that's a sign of high integrity.
Full of DNs that have been successful in this league.
Preach.
I mean, he could reach out to a gang of people and ask them, "What do I need to do to just, progress?" You know what I mean? I want to be that guy on the other side of Max Crosby. Yep. I mean, got so many guys he can reach out to. So
I'm still going to consider.
I believe this year he'll. You know what? And things happen for a reason. Malcolm Kuntz going down. I'm sorry that happened, but Tyree gets his chance. You know what I mean? It's the next man.
And he has the athleticism. He has the tools.
That wingspan is nuts.
Is longer than
man, he just put his arms out and he could just block both ends right there.
It's longer than Max's, and we call Max the Condor. What's bigger than a condor? I don't know, but if it is, that's Tyree Wilson.
Like a pterodactyl,
Yeah, there you go.
So now you slip in Wilson.
He's got wingspan of a 7-footer.
And you still got Wilkins. But we're also not talking about also Big John Jenkins in the middle next to Wilkins. So
we're good.
I like our line. I think our line and our defense looks better than it's looked in years.
Absolutely, especially our secondary.
Oh, yeah.
When is the last time that we can sit here and say that the Raiders pretty much had consistency over 3 years with the same coordinator?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, man. I mean,
maybe the last time we had that, Jack Del Rio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And Patrick Graham's a real deal, man.
Our team is under great management right now. The coaching staff is great with so much experience.
I'm so glad that the Raiders put that stamp on Patrick Graham. If he didn't get a head coach position, he stayed. That was tremendous. Like, we value you as a D coordinator. We want you to stay.
And honestly, he should get a head coaching job pretty soon.
He's going. If they perform again like they did last year or previous years, or even get to the playoffs and get further, he's gone. Him and Champ Kelly are gone next year.
He deserves it.
They both deserve it. Him and Champ. Champ should go be running his own organization right now, which I thought he should have got the job here.
And down to Rob Ryan. Down to Rob Ryan has been a head coach. I mean, we got head coaches all over the place.
And that's how Antonio Pierce kind of just like putting the best heads at the table and kind of creating something special. You know what I mean? Like, just put your pride aside for a minute and look at the bigger picture.
Not to mention,
that's what we got in this locker room now. That's in that locker room right now.
Coughlin got 2 rings.
Yeah, and that's the ultimate consultant. He's got his head coach in Tom Coughlin. Yeah. Then he has, of course,
Marvin Lewis. He suffered many losses and many disappointments.
He has won a lot though too, so.
And he's won a lot. That's where I was going with it too. He's won a lot too.
But not to mention, they coached together under Herm Edwards' staff at Arizona State. So there's also that connection, which is now part of the Raiders coaching staff. But
and the thing that I like is he doesn't have a bunch of yes men around him. You know, I believe he has strong individuals that are going to tell him when he's messing up. Look, man, and that's what you need. Because I know I don't like a bunch of yes man around me. Like I like people to be like, hey man, you know, I got love for you, but you're kind of messing up. You know, like that's a sign of a good group.
As a boss of anything, to have those guys under you takes a headstrong guy. You know what I mean? You got to have a lot of heart and be headstrong to have those guys under you, to accept that they got a lot more experience than you and can tell you something about yourself and teach you and grow you as a head coach. I mean, that takes a lot.
Oh yeah.
Well, for me, I'm expecting a bigger output from Robert Spillane as he came on strong towards the end of last season. I'm expecting bigger things from him. I definitely became a fan of the way he played. And kind of just realized what was Pittsburgh thinking and letting him go, but the Raiders said thank you, and obviously,
he's a dog, man. He's a dog out there.
And again, another player that came to this organization that they said was good, but they said he couldn't do this, he can't do that. The moment he signed with the Silver and Black, all he did went out there, 2-3 interceptions, probably led the team in tackling. The man broke his damn hand. And he went and got a cast and told AP, "Don't take me out, bro. I'm here."
And some players just don't work out.
No.
Chandler didn't work out. No. I mean, Jones was he was at the top of his game right before he came to us. And it's players like that. I mean, Justin Tucker. I mean, we can go back, you know what I'm saying, they just didn't work out with us the way they should have. Well, they were at the end of their careers. You know what I'm saying? Some guys, they're just done.
Now, I know who Mizzle is expecting big upside from on the defensive side of the ball, because we kind of talked about it on the Mizzle and Dub show. But for you, Zoe, and for you, Joe, who on the defensive side of the ball are you expecting a big upside from this upcoming season?
Yes.
Jack. I'm looking to see this secondary do its thing because of the pass rush. We got it up the middle, and I believe on the ends too, not just the Condor side. I believe that other side, we got speed. That pass rush is going to have a lot of these quarterbacks just panic and throw the ball. Got Spillane going after the ball as a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And we got these guys, Epps. We got, Hobbs, and we got Jones. They're going to get the ball. They're going to go grab that ball. And that's what I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, Joe? Same here. I'm honestly looking forward to watching the cornerbacks play, because they're going to have some pressure up in the front. You're going to have Wilkins. You're going to have Tyree. You're going to have the pressure is going to be up front. That means there's going to be a lot of loose balls going up in the air. There's going to be a lot of loose balls in the air. I'm looking at Epps coming through. I'm looking at Morig. I'm looking at Jones kind of stepping up as being a premier cornerback. He's with his head coach that he's familiar with. He looks like he's ready. He's ready to take control out there. Jones, man, I think he's going to step up as one of the best cornerbacks in the league pretty soon. If not this year, I think he's ready to prove people wrong. people kind of put him down. He was a bad seed, bad apple, and that's well, Raiders get a lot of guys like that, man. And and he might just be the next one that just kind of steps up. And I'm looking forward to those cornerbacks stepping up. Last year they kind of showed us what they could do, and now I think this year I think they're ready, man. I think they're ready to step it up. They're ready with a whole new season of AP, and it's just the Raider way now. It's the Raider way, man, because as a Raider fan, I hated when they hired. I didn't even want to say his name. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't like it. I didn't agree with it. I didn't like the way they were trying to do it. I didn't agree with the Patriot way. The Raiders aren't the Patriots, and we've never been the Patriots. And it's like going back to John Madden, where it's like, his famous words, we play dirty. So what the fuck are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Like that's kind of what we're gonna punch you in the mouth. We're gonna come at you hard, and we're gonna take you out. That's it. Deal with it, and that's kind of what AP brings.
Rule number 1. What's rule number 1?
Cheating is encouraged.
What's rule number 2?
See rule number 1.
No said.
Harry, to answer your question, Harry, Gardner Minshew is the starting quarterback going into tomorrow. And speaking of the offense, Minshew Mania gets the start at quarterback. It gets the start at quarterback. It was a serious competition between him and Aiden O'Connell. I know AP tried to get his guy, Mr. Daniels from LSU, but the Commanders were not going to budge.
We should have had C.J. Stroud, but that's another story.
That's another story.
A whole another story.
That's another reason why to piggyback off what I don't want to call you by your tag name. What's your first? I'm sorry. What was your first name, sir?
Joe.
Joe. Okay. Just to piggyback off what he said. If we didn't hire McDummy, we have C.J. Stroud.
Yeah, they had a deal to get Stroud, bro. They had a deal, and if we would have got Stroud, we would have been set. But no, this motherfucker, you know what I mean? Like this guy.
So we allow the use.
Well, I mean, it's Minshew Mania.
Yeah,
how we feeling about that, fellas?
Look, honestly, like I told somebody else, Minshew reminds me a little bit, not to compare him, but he reminds me a little bit of Rich Gannon when he came to us. It was kind of like a journeyman, wasn't too good, whatever, but he was brought to us with the right system. Yeah, he just, I wish Minshew, you could put the arm of AOC on Minshew, because and then put the legs, and just kind of switch different parts, because AOC has an arm, bro. He just kind of like he might. I think he's a little too stagnant inside the. He's a pocket passer.
It takes a little too long to get rid of the ball, but he
holds it on a little bit too long.
Size, he's got the arm. He's a smart kid. Maybe he needs another season. To watch. He didn't get a chance to watch too long. He just got thrown in the fire.
They threw him in there.
We had no choice, really, but you know what? Minshew can teach this guy a lot of poise, and that's what I'm looking forward to. Yeah. Minshew's, he has tools. He's above average a little bit. He took the Colts, beyond what the Colts should have been.
Correct. They were one pass away from perhaps winning the division last season. If he doesn't drop the ball, maybe it's the Colts winning the South and not the Texans. But the one thing about Minshew is what people don't understand is Minshew is very good at taking care of the football.
His touchdown interception ratio is real good.
It is. So he does not make costly mistakes. No. And given the fact that the Raiders are going to go by running back committee, even though, and this is just my Georgia Bulldog homerism coming out, but
you don't have to be a homer. We all Zeus fans around here.
I believe in the kid, and I've said this multiple times. Zeus had the home run finish speed that JJ didn't have.
100%.
Yeah.
I like Zeus, bro.
He's a powerful kid.
Zeus is physical.
And what I like about
he's a physical guy. He wants to punish you.
Oh yeah, he's gonna come right at you.
Let's just tell you how serious he got. Zeus bulked up.
Yeah, he did. They said he added 6 to 8 pounds,
and he didn't lose speed. He did not lose speed.
He's ready. He's ready for this challenge, bro.
Absolutely. We should have had that 1-2 punch last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's not wearing a Raiders shirt.
I'm wearing a black shirt. It's a Levi shirt.
Oh, it's gray shirt. You know what? I think Quan 5 likes just to come up here to stir shit up.
He does. No, Quan, I did not switch sides. I'm just hosting a podcast. It's what I do.
What you got on, Mizzle?
Oh, it's you know what? I missed the GOAT. Third and Renfro.
Okay.
Third and Renfro, man. I missed that man.
Man, I think McDummy fucked that guy up, bro. Excuse my language, but he just messed that guy up, bro. He was a good player, man. All of a sudden, he just kind of went off the ledge for some reason.
Plus catches to not involved in the offense. I don't understand how McDummy did not use him like Wes Welker.
It was just, man, and then it seemed like his confidence level just went to the floor, man. He didn't believe in himself after that, I think. I don't even think he has a job right now.
Injuries we didn't know about too. You know what I mean?
The moment
maybe the organization knew, but we didn't know about.
Yeah.
I think he has some injuries we didn't know about.
Yeah.
Because he's not even signed to nobody else's team. And
I don't think he's signed to anybody else.
Receptions, and he's
that's strange.
Something's going on. Yeah, something has to be going on with Hunter.
I think it's
there must be something that people don't know, that's going on. Maybe
injuries, man. They do it all the time, to protect the player and the organization.
Yeah.
But I mean, he goes from all pro to not playing at all. I mean, it's strange. So, but being unsigned still to this day,
I said that too.
Not so strange.
I said that too, Mr. Garcia. I did not. I think all Raider fans felt that was something that was going on. I didn't want it.
Yeah, something.
I didn't want it, but I kind of like I told my brother, I'm like, well, he's here. So let's think about it. He can run a good offense. He did make Mac Jones look decent. So maybe, but yeah, he came to our organization and just did the same thing to Denver. I was scared of that.
I think guys thought they didn't want to play for him anymore.
No. And
they didn't want to play for a guy like that. That guy didn't care about our organization. That guy got a paycheck.
Yeah. He just showed up to work, got a paycheck, and he went home. He didn't care about nothing else. And it's just like he just ruined the team, bro. They just gave up.
And also look at what the players are saying.
That's not our kind of coach.
No.
That too. But listen to the players. The moment that he was released and AP took over, what every player was saying? Football is fun again. You saw
it was like a breath of fresh air for them. They're just like, because literally I've heard guys say they're literally playing a game that they've been playing since they were young. And you're literally getting paid to play this game that you've been playing since you were a little. And now you're just showing up and you're not having fun anymore. It's not even fun anymore.
After that game, it was that game.
Which one?
That game changed everything for us, like our mentality, the morale, everything.
Yeah.
Well, it was the Giants game, right?
Yeah.
And then the Giants were trash, granted, but we didn't care.
Play football.
It was the transformation and the transaction that happened. Like it was a.
We just got that killer instinct that game. We laid into them. We didn't let off.
But
I'll tell you the game for me that I knew that AP should be the head coach. Even though it was an L, that game that they went down to Miami was scoring over damn near 40 points a game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They went down there and took Miami to the damn near the final second.
Oh yeah.
The boys was out there fighting.
Yeah, it was a couple plays here and there that could have switched that game around.
Easy. So when
let's not forget that KC game.
Well, see,
that
so
that was that was a memorable one right there.
I was more going on how I saw how this team never quit. A few years ago, we get destroyed in Miami. How that game was going. We literally
they got on AP about circling around in the bus.
Yeah,
he was letting it be known.
Wasn't that John Gruden? That was John Gruden that did that.
No, I'm talking about this last year.
So AP, it happened twice.
They circled around in that bus and let it be known.
Swag.
We back.
Swag. And that's what I love about
that's the way it needs to be. That's the Raider way.
What I love about I just recently watched the interview with AP, and I love what he said. He said, when you play the Raiders, I want you to worry about us. You got to worry about the Raiders.
Yeah.
You don't worry about anything else. You got to worry about when we come in there, what we gonna do.
Yeah.
And AP is so much of a breath of fresh air. I mean, listen to the press conferences. Y'all remember when we had Dennis Allen?
Yeah.
I could not listen to that man talk at all. To hear AP talk is a breath of fresh air. Not only because he's not talking about himself, he's talking about these players, the team.
It's someone who loves the Raiders.
Yeah. He's passionate about his team.
What it is. It's a feeling of somebody that grew up watching, loving, and being impressed by the Raider Nation's aura. And you know that his players will run through a wall for him.
I said that the moment he got hired.
Yep.
And I heard his press conference. That press conference, when he was an interim coach, with him and Champ Kelly went up there to that press conference again. Because I talk to my brother damn near every day when it comes to sports. After watching,
Jack Del Rio was a little bit different of a head coach, but
he was a Raider
players coach because he was a player.
Yeah,
that became a coach. So I feel that he had that feeling that AP gives you. I mean, they both played linebacker. There isn't a tougher position to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
You're banging. You know what I mean? You got to be a banger. They had different styles, but the same feeling playing for a coach like that, a player's coach that you'll run through that wall for. Yeah. And I believe that's back now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. And I think it's a fact. They love him.
Where you at? I know you got something.
Well, I'm not trying to be rude. I'm trying to let y'all get your point across before I chime in and say something. So, but my question is now, offensively, how do you attack this Charger defense? What's the plan offensively if you're Luke Getsy?
Ground and pound.
The run game. The run game was Zeus. I think you just run. I think you just run it right through him. Run it right through him, and then I think you take it old school. You have that running game, and like Al Davis used to like tossing that ball up. You know what I mean? To one of these, give it to Trey Tucker, launch it, or Devontae Adams up the middle or something, and you hit him with the long one, and just pound them with the run.
I'm gonna hit you guys.
You're right about that, Joe. But you know what else we got? We got the double tight end set.
Exactly. I love that. I love Mayer and Brock Bowers, bro. I love them right there.
But I got something different for you guys. Who's gonna show up and we're gonna be like, we knew it when they drafted him. Labe is gonna have a tremendous season this year. That man, I'm not trying to compare him as a Christian McCaffrey, but I believe they're going to utilize him all over the field. That young man,
they need to.
He's quick. He's quick, man. He has some quickness on him.
Yeah. The sky's the limit for this offense, man. I'm real intrigued. So I'm glad you brought this up. So my question to you guys is: was it Justin Fields, or the Bears, or was it Getsy?
I think it was a little bit of both. I think it was a little bit of both because I think Justin Fields is more of a runner. He's more of a runner. And yeah, I really didn't watch too many Bears games, so I really couldn't give any opinion on that one. I know that Justin Fields has some ability, but I just think they just weren't meshing. Sometimes the coach and the player just don't mesh. You know, they're just not right for each other. Maybe they just didn't mesh. They needed a different change of scenery.
Right. Absolutely.
I agree to that. And as we chime into the chat line, we have from Sergio Garcia, McAllister to Speed. I'm so glad that young man made the roster because I'm so intrigued to see what he's going to do and what he can bring to this offense and special teams. So I do like McAllister making the squad. And just to piggyback and what we can do with the Chargers, I agree with the fellas. I think we should utilize the run a lot and use our tight ends to open up. Devontae is going to be Devontae. I think Asante Samuel is on the injury list. So, and you know that he
good thing for us. That dude's a beast.
Yeah, because Devontae's going to be Devontae. He's going to do Devontae things, you know. So it really, you know, you're not going to stop him. But it's either you got to pick your poison. I think you got to be like, all right, we're gonna double Devontae. We also got Mayer and you got Bowers. All right, well, we're gonna cover them. All right, well, that's going to leave Trey Tucker up the left. You know, like who? Someone's going to be open. There's going to be. And now my question is the offensive line going to hold up? You know what I mean? And that's where I think they made the decision to what quarterback they made a decision for, because they're not too confident too much in their offensive line, so they needed a more mobile quarterback.
And
I mean, they stepped up last year. You know what I'm saying, when we needed to.
Yeah.
So hopefully we can do it again. You know.
And
I mean, if anything, I believe that's the little kink in the armor right there.
Yeah,
that's our weakness, but we got receivers, we got the running backs. Yeah.
I like Powers. I like our offensive lineman that we got Powers, man. I think he's a dog in the front, man. I really like him. I can't mention. I don't know. I forgot his name, but there was this kid. I think he's a Samoan descent, man. I forgot. I think he was in Washington. I was watching the draft, and there was a couple linemen. I was like, oh, we could have got. You know what I mean? Because I know we could have got some dogs up in the front, man, to help. But you know, but we did get a few to help us out. So I'm hoping they step up.
Well, I'll say it. DJ Glaze and Jackson Powers Johnson innocence just fell to your lap. And,
baby.
And Glaze had a very good preseason. I mean, okay, you know what you have with Colton Miller, and you know what you have with Andre Payne. But it's Ken Parm. Ken Mumford hold down the right side. You bring in Cody Whitehair. Cody Whitehair has played with the Bears his whole career. He knows the offense. He played for the Jets, so then you have that element to add continuity to this offense of the offensive line. But there's also one person that we're forgetting about that thrived in this offense last season, and that's Jacoby Meyer.
Let's get in there.
No. I mean, Trey's nice.
Absolutely.
Tay's going to be Tay. The tight ends are going to work, but number 16 had a breakout season last season.
Yes, he did.
He did.
So don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Thank you, Patriots.
That was Aiden's guy.
That was a good one right there. That was a good one right there.
Roger, we're gonna be fine.
Yeah, our receiving corps is top notch, and I think honestly, with our receiving corps, and honestly, I keep saying it, but I think Brock Bauer, he's gonna be big, bro. I think he's gonna be big if they use him properly. I really like his upside, man, because he's a really good tight end.
He's more than a tight end. He's a Swiss Army knife. Because you can line him up in the tight end position and put him on the line. You can put him in the slot. You can put him outside. Hell, he's our fullback.
Yeah. And what linebacker is going to hang with that guy?
None.
Yeah, that's going to be the matchup problem. So then, and that's where we're talking about matchups, because you got a linebacker. Okay, you put a linebacker on Bauer. Okay, well, what's up with Mayer on the other side? You know what I mean? You got Mayer maybe creeping out in the flat. You got Mayer creeping up in the flat. Well, there you go, and he's out for another easy 15-20. You know, easily.
Forget, both of those guys can block.
Yeah, exactly.
Man,
they you know, and that's a big thing. I think that's a big thing for AB too.
with everybody on the field and healthy, we are dangerous on the offensive end.
Oh yeah,
But I like the defense too, man. I can't even front. You know, we got lucky and got a stud. You know what I'm saying? At linebacker this year as a rookie. You know what I mean? Our draft picks were nice this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so we got some solid draft picks.
It's the first time in a while that I can sit here and say that Raider Nation has agreed on our draft. It's been a while.
Yeah, because there been some years, man, where I'm just like shaking my head watching the draft. I'm just like, I'm not even like a GM or nothing, but I'm like, wow, you know, really, this guy?
They were doing that this year, Joe. People were
this year.
People were
I like this year, man. I liked our draft picks. Honestly, I think Penix. I think we would have got Penix if he would have been there. I think he would. If he would have been there, I think they would have went with him.
But see, Joe,
I think maybe it would have been a little high in my opinion. You know, first rounder, but we kind of needed a quarterback, so they kind of switched gears. They got the best available player, which is Brock Bauer. You know, he's the best one, and he kind of fell into their lap. They didn't even think he was going to make it that far.
People that don't know football were worried about the Brock Bauer pick, though. They're worried about two tight ends, first round draft picks 2 years in a row, blah, blah, blah. If you don't know football and you watching this show, now you understand why we got those two tight ends in a row. He dropped in on our lap. Yeah. I mean, that's a great pick we got lucky to get him.
But
we were really lucky to get Brock Bowers where we got him.
Telesco told you we're going to draft the best available player. He was the best available player.
He was the best one at the time. At that pick, he was the best one.
Offensive lineman after that, after we needed offensive lineman. This draft was great. I mean, we didn't get the quarterback. Yes, we wanted the quarterback, but we got offensive lineman. We got corner help.
2 offensive linemen.
You know what I'm saying? We got 2 offensive linemen. We got corner help.
We got DJ Glaze too, right? Glaze and Powers. I mean, we got some good draft. We got some good, a couple good linemen.
Got a running back, exactly.
Linebacker studs.
This draft, man, was outstanding. It's. I haven't been impressed with the draft. The Raiders.
That linebacker we got out of Ohio State, right? He's pretty good too, man. He's good.
I think is what is the. I think he might be playing tomorrow too. So.
I like our draft picks. I think they're gonna make an impact, bro. I said I was real happy about our draft. I really was. I'm even happy about the later picks, even you know, the cornerbacks we got in the later round. You know, even the one out in Navy. He seemed like a good solid pick.
Tommy Eichenberg is who you're talking about,
Eichenberg.
Yeah, Eichenberg. There we go.
I just said his name right. So let's jump in back into the chat line, fellas. We have who Sergio has been chiming in pretty much most of the time, but he also says, I believe Minshew's gonna ball out better than Jimmy G did, 100%. He won't throw hospital balls. And then the second comment from Sergio is Luke Getzey 12 personnel scheme. I think it's going to work, especially with those 2 tight ends. Having those 2 tight ends.
Ooh, that double, man. I can't wait to see that double tight end set, man. That's that old.
Yeah, they're not going to know what to do. They're not going to know what to do.
I mean, and as my brother always said, Brock Bowers is going to find the gleam in the middle of the field.
The seam will be open. The seam will be open.
He's going to be the new third Renfro. He's going to be the third down back because he's going to be open. Because like Joe said, he's going to be lined up on a linebacker who can't run with him. If the offensive line holds up, Minshew will find him.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's just a matter of it coming together, gelling. It might not gel maybe in the first maybe a week or 2, but I say give it a little bit. I think it'll come together.
Week 3 or week 4, this unit should be. I believe the defense is going to be on point because it's Patrick Graham. It's the same. Everything's the same. I believe
and for the first time in many years, we could actually count on our defense being solid. You know what I mean? And it's just like the old Baltimore Ravens teams, man. They would say, they would tell them, you know what? Just score about 15, 20 points, whatever, we'll win you the game. You know what I mean? Pretty much.
You know what's
We'll
the
hold them.
difference,
All they
too?
got to do, and you would think there were some games where we scored like about 20 to 30 points, and we still lost. And you're just and it was like wow. And then they started to come together. And when they let McDummy go, you know, and they came together, and Patrick Graham had those guys balling. You know, he had those guys balling, bro. And I think kind of too. I liked when they put Graham in the top. I liked when they put him in the booth. You know what I mean? He was in the bottom for many games, and then they put him in the top. And I think he could see the game a little better. It's kind of like playing a video game. You know what I mean? And you can kind of see better what's going on. So I liked when they switched him to the top, and I felt like that kind of made a big difference as well.
He got that all 22 look. And by the way,
man, we don't get beat over the top like we used to as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Morgan Epps being back there, big difference.
I love it.
Huge difference, man.
I love that background.
Like,
well, I'm just trying to pay homage. I mean, this is a silver and black show, and so I'm just trying to pay homage. So here's the ultimate question: the Raiders will be successful and make the playoffs if what? Question mark. And I'll leave it to you guys to answer that question.
I say it's two things: the quarterback success and the line holding up, the O-line holding up.
Yeah.
Those two things for me are the main things that the Raiders have to be successful at to win with this roster that we have right now.
Yeah, I mean, our team is built on defense, really. Our team is built on our defense right now. I think we're going to ride because defense, everybody knows defense wins championships. You know what I mean? Offense wins games, defense wins championships. You know, so I think it's gonna ride on like you said, offensive line. If they hold up, and they give Zeus those holes, man, that he can run through. They open up some holes and let Zeus cook, let Zeus eat. You know, they let him eat right there, man. He could eat up some yards, and then that's when you pound him away. And what I like is that you have that pounding running back. So when you're hitting them with the passing play, bam, the late quarters, you're gonna smack them in the mouth with that running play when they're tired. When they're on their heels, you smack them in the mouth with Zeus up the middle, and that's when you really lay them on the ground. And that's what I think. And the offensive line needs to really come through for that. So if they hold up, like you said, if they hold up, and our defense kind of lives up to the hype, I think we'll be good.
I agree. Amen. I get back to it. Well, I think Zeus is going to get his. I believe that, you know, we just got to make sure that Khalil Mack doesn't have a Khalil Mack game. Yeah. I think the offense is pretty good. I believe Getty is going to let Minshew run this offense. You know, Trey Tucker and Minshew have a good rapport. We saw that in the preseason. So I expect some deep balls. Tucker might be the X factor in this game. I know we're talking about Bowers and stuff like that, but I believe Tucker might be the one that might make that big play that's needed. I see Minshew hitting him with a good couple of bombs in this game.
Trey Tucker's that speed. He's that speed. He's that big play ability. You know, give him. I think he'll have that big play. He just needs one or two balls, and that'll change. That could change the whole dynamic of the game right there, and the whole. You know, that can bring it a whole nother. You know, whole nother concept right there.
Here's one thing that if I'm the offensive coordinator, I will be also looking up where they're lining up Derwin James, because he's literally going to try to take out one of the tight ends. So wherever Derwin James is, we go to the opposite.
Yeah, he's shut down. He's shut down, man. He will shut that person down, and he's gonna make that other person on the other side of him make his life really difficult. You know what I mean? So you want to go somewhere else.
Fellas. Let's go with predictions. What we got this season? What you think, Joe?
Man, you know what? As a fan, you want to say you can win like you know, but you want to be realistically
21-0, baby.
Right? Realistically, I think we go 9-8. I think we go 9-8. We have a chance to go 9-8, and I think we get a wild card spot.
All right, Mizzle, what you got?
We'll finish better than the Broncos as these pundits in the media as the Broncos winning more games than us. I don't see how, but whatever. But I'll go with Joe on that. Maybe 9 wins, but I think we're going to shock the league a little bit more. I am literally going to say we'll get 10 wins. They will sneak in and get into the playoffs. I think we will. I think Alabama is horrible right now, even though they're winning. But I think they get
got
in.
A chance at 10-7. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna say 9-8 also.
I'm gonna say I wanted to say this earlier when we were talking about Minshew being the quarterback. I believe the reason why Minshew got the starting quarterback is because the two teams were playing in the beginning. Chargers, Ravens, both have good pass rushers. Aiden O'Connell ain't gonna be able to move out that pocket like that. So that's why Minshew, I believe, got the nod because he can use his legs, especially on third down, the money down. So I think Minshew will be using his legs a lot more. I believe Tucker and Adams are going to have great games because of the broken up plays that Minshew is going to create with his legs to give that opportunity.
Okay. What you got, Dub?
Realistically, I really do think 9 and 10 wins is a reachable goal. I look at the first 5 games to where you have obviously the Chargers, Ravens, Browns, Panthers, and I believe the Broncos. If you can go at least 3-2 in those first 5 games, the chances of making the playoffs are very, very good for you. Obviously, you want to go 5-0, but I mean, if you can maintain a 4-1, 3-2 start within those first 5 games, the chances of getting to 10 wins definitely goes greatly. Obviously, they think the defense is a strong core of the team. If they play consistently and if they play the way like they did, holding to with no points in the second half like they did last year, if that continues into this season, they have a very good chance to get that 9-10 and perhaps compete for one of those wildcard spots.
All right.
I definitely think they're definitely trending in the right direction. And the only thing you really want to do is just build off that momentum you had last season and carry that into 2020.
Let's talk some week 1 matchups.
Do it.
Who did you think was going to win that Ravens and Chiefs game?
I thought the Ravens was really going to win that game. Simple fact of the matter that we are Raider fans, and I just cannot speak of the Chiefs winning anything. I hope they go 0-17, so I will never, unless there's money on the line, pick the Chiefs to win. But I just believe that with Derrick Henry, it's going to be a different aspect to help out Lamar, which clearly Lamar does not need no help in the running game because Lamar is going to be Lamar.
Can't be biased as a host, brother.
Oh, I know, but I know I can't do that. But bro, it's Chiefs all day, every day, man.
Right.
Yeah, but no, on down the line, I will be. I'm not a big homer as everybody thinks I will be as a host.
Doug, who did you have in that game?
I picked Baltimore, but the one thing you cannot do is you cannot let Xavier Worthy get free down the field and have it be wide open. That's a huge problem. He's going to be a nightmare to cover with him and Rashee Wright. But, I mean, it's not like the Chiefs went out there and dominated. It literally had to take a big toe just for the Chiefs to be by because it likely, as my brother would say, is a shoe size smaller. The Ravens are going for a 2-point conversion to try and win that game because they were going to go for 2 if the call was good, but obviously the big toe of Lively did not was too big.
Okay. What about you, Joe?
Man, that game was a good game. I mean, of course, I want the Chiefs to lose every damn game. You know what I mean? Like, I hope they lose every game, honestly. You know, but realistically, I thought the Ravens had that game, bro. I'm a big Lamar Jackson. I'm a real big fan of his, man. He's a really good player. I think he's the X factor in that team. And I think once they get that team going, I think once they find the right ingredients, they have a couple, they have a couple new things that go. But I think once they get that team going, they're going to be scary. I think they're going to be scary, bro. And I really pushing the Ravens to win that game. And there was a couple plays that if it would have went the Ravens' way, it would have been a different story. It would have been a different story. But I really thought the Ravens are going to pull that out.
Green Bay. I knew pretty much Philly was going to take that one.
Yeah, that was hands down. Even though Jordan Love kept him in the game very, very well. And it sucks to see that injury that he had towards the end of the game.
Sad to see that.
They're staying 3 to 6 weeks, so that's pretty good. But I expected the game to go that way. I picked the Eagles all the way to win that game.
Especially in week 1 to see that injury sucks, man. What you got, Doug?
Yeah, in the first week, that's tough in the first week, man.
I have the Eagles winning the game, and Mr. Barkley is enjoying coming back home to the state of Pennsylvania to the atonement of a hat trick. But
that man is going to make Hurts' life a lot easier once they start using the
But they had a lot of big players.
Who do you have, Philly or Green Bay?
I had Philly.
Okay.
I had Philly. I think Philly's a tough team, bro. They're one of those. I like those old school kind of teams, man. I'm an old school kind of Raider kind of guy, and I like those teams that play that smash mouth ball, man, and just come at you. And I think Philly had it. I was going for Philly. I was going for Philly in that game.
All right, fellas. This coming week, all right, matchups. Let's see, Pittsburgh or Atlanta. I'm going Pitt.
Pittsburgh.
Even
if Justin Fields starts,
Dub.
I still think Pittsburgh going that.
We have a rule on the Mizzle and Dub show that states never go against Mike Tomlin. I'm not going against Mike Tomlin.
All right. Let's go and we got Arizona at Buffalo. I'm going with Buffalo.
You don't even have to ask me that question. Why don't you talk about that game?
Don't need to talk about that game?
No.
Arizona don't have a chance?
Orchard Park. Yeah.
Okay. Joe?
Yeah, I'm going with Buffalo on that one.
All right. Tennessee at Chicago. That's a tough one right there.
That's a tough one.
I'm going on the limb, and I'm going to say
I can
Chicago.
go either way.
I'm going Chicago on that one.
I can go either way, but I think Caleb kind of puts him over the top on that one.
Got Allen.
I'm more gonna go with Roma Duze is gonna have a good game, and I believe that the Bears have a better defense. So I'm thinking the Bears might pull that one out.
Okay.
DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. I don't know what you're going to get from him. Like I said, like Missile said, the Bears have more defense.
The Bears. All right. We got New England at Cincinnati.
Joe Burrow. Don't even know what I'm talking about that one.
Can't Joe Burrow just sign a richest contract this past week or something?
Joe Burrow's a stud.
Yeah, he got paid, bro. I don't know the details of it, but I heard he got paid.
Was it last year he got paid? Or was this year, Doug?
So we all going Cincinnati? Doug,
yes.
who you got?
I'm going Cincinnati.
I'm going with the jungle. I'm not
All right. We got Houston at Indiana. I'm going Houston. I'm going with Houston.
I'm going Houston with that one. I'm going with Stroud.
Before we make that pick, that division is going to be fun to watch. For no quarterback is over 26 in this conference.
Correct.
Okay.
That is going to be a fun division to watch. But if we're gonna make the pick, I'm gonna go.
Yeah, who you got?
I think it's gonna be Indy.
You think it's gonna be Indy? Okay.
It might be Indy.
Well, their quarterback's back, isn't he? I mean, he was hurt. He's back now.
Yes, Richardson is back. Yes. I like the Texans on a walk-off field goal.
Okay. We got Jacksonville and Miami. I'm going Miami.
I'm going Miami.
At home, I'm going with Miami.
In Miami.
Miami, Tua plays good at home in that nice weather.
Yeah, but let that bad boy drop under 70 degrees. He sucks.
Right?
I got Snowflake.
I think this is the game we ain't really got to really talk about. Carolina at New Orleans.
Come on, man. Is Carolina going to win any games this year?
Maybe one.
Man, that's a sorry situation.
And I hate to say that, but in previous years, if we would done this show like previous years, Carolina does play our team this year. A few years back, asking me this question, I'd be like, "Yeah, Carolina about to get their first win."
Yeah, Cam.
They had some good years, man. They had some good years. They had some solid teams.
But
they don't got it now.
The Panthers will get a win in Germany against the Giants in November.
Oh. Doug said it.
Mark this down, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay.
Nostradamus has picked a win for the Carolina Panthers.
We got Minnesota at New York, or is it New Jersey?
East Rutherford.
East Rutherford.
You know what I'm saying?
New Jersey. But
you picking New Jersey?
Isn't McCarthy out for the season, right? McCarthy got hurt, isn't he?
He's out for the season, but Sam Darnold is the starting quarterback, and because he's not bad. He's not bad, but he still sees ghost. I'm picking the East Rutherford Giants in those ugly ass red uniforms.
You're picking Danny Dimes?
I'm more so picking their defense and not Fred Flintstone and those ugly, hideous red uniforms that they're wearing.
I'm gonna pick Buckethead before I pick Danny Dimes.
Right, man, shoot. I think I'm gonna go with the Giants in this one.
Yeah, I like the Giants in this one too.
I think I'm going with them. All right, we got Denver at Seattle.
Ooh, all right.
Bo Nix has played well for the Broncos in preseason against Minnesota, but to have your first start be in that crowd, state that is in Seattle.
The 12 man.
12s are gonna get the win.
I think I'm going with Seattle also. They both going through the rebuilding stage though.
You know what? I'm gonna go with Denver. I'm gonna go with Denver. I think I think Bo Nix and I don't know. I have a feeling about that one, about that game. I think Denver on that one.
Okay.
Look at Mizzle's face.
Excuse me? Picking the John Elways and the Walmarts on this show? No.
Said it all on that one.
We're being real. You know, like I said, I'm taking the fandom out, but I'm still going to go with 12. That environment for Bo Nix, I think it's just too much, even though he has played in tremendous environments. But the NFL environment is totally different from college environment.
Now, this is a better game than people might think.
It's going to be a good game.
Dallas at Cleveland.
Cleveland.
All right.
You going with Cleveland in that one, Dub? Mizzle?
Hold on, wait. I'm married to a Cowboy fan, so that was coming out of just hopefully she heard what I was saying. But no, on the real, I'm gonna go with Cleveland because Dak ain't been practicing with CeeDee Lamb. I don't know if he's in football shape. You don't know what their running game is. The offensive line, the Browns has a defense. You know their defense. They're gonna bring their lunch pail into that building and they're gonna take care of it. I think the Browns defense is gonna win the game more than the offense.
I'm going with Dallas in that game.
Yeah, I'm going with Cleveland in that. I think that defense kind of I think it's quicker for a defense to kind of gel than it is for an offense.
Okay.
Remember, CeeDee Lamb ain't had no practice at all. So,
Dub, who you got in that game?
Dog pound because of their defense. Myles Garrett will have a big game.
Okay. We got Washington at Tampa Bay.
Fire the cannons!
Baker.
I'm picking.
Tampa.
I'm going with Tampa Bay in that one also. Mizzle, I didn't hear your prediction in that one.
Baker Mayfield.
Okay, Baker. Let's see. We got the Rams at Detroit. I'm going with Detroit in this game.
100%. I agree with that. I'm going with Detroit as well.
I'm going Detroit.
He's going to have another strong season.
I think Dan Campbell learned from last year, and I'm pretty sure if you put him in that situation again, he will take the points, knowing that his defense is playing very well in that conference game. So
yeah.
I think the Lions are going to continue what they left off last year, and they'll be better.
I think he learned from last year.
Mm-hmm. He will not go on it for fourth down. He will take those points.
Okay.
You got that?
I got
no Aaron
Monday
Donald.
Night Football. You got
no Aaron Donald. Gibbs
versus the Niners. I ain't even got to talk to you about that one, Dub. I know you got in that game.
Of course. But here's my concern. My concern is Trent Williams. And my concern is Brandon Ayuk.
Hey, wait. Now, Dub, before you continue, here's what I just read on the ticker. So, neither one of these players have both practice, right? Am I right? So, they're putting Brandon Ayuk on a limited role with Trent Williams a full go. He won't have no restrictions on his playing time. They're putting Ayuk on a restriction. To me, I know you guys signed him. That to me sounds like you still be responsible for my trade.
It wouldn't
surprise me that 80% Trent Williams is better than a lot of these, tackles in the league.
No, this man plays offensive line, man. He ain't been out there practicing with the team. I know it's the same call and everything like that, but you still need those reps. So I get that he's the best, but you still need those reps.
I'd say that if you weren't at his level, you would need those reps. But that kid, that guy right there, man,
is over 30 years old, bro. He's up there in age.
Is he like 35?
Yeah, that body ain't the same. He's not a young man. You need those reps for your body.
He's a monster.
Yeah, he's a bad boy, bro.
I am not taking away from his physical capabilities.
I said 70%,
but he has not practiced at all.
The Jets have some dogs in their front line too.
Thank you. The Jets got a damn good defense up front.
But not having Hassan Reddick is going to hurt them.
I still think they'll be okay without Hassan Reddick. No.
They still have Leonard Williams. I'm worried about Leonard Williams.
Damn right. So, like I said,
I'm worried about him. I'm worried about C.J. Mosley. I'm worried about Sauce Gardner.
Like I said, you know what I'm saying? Trent Williams is a dog, beast, animal, whatever you want to call it. Hell, he's all the lions in Voltron. Okay, but damn it, you still got to practice.
That's a great analogy.
You still got to get out there and practice.
Yeah,
you still got to know that your next man where he's going to be. I believe the size Trent Williams, you have still a makeshift offensive line.
I think it's gonna be a close game. I think it'll be a close game.
The right side still scares me with Wilson McKinnon and Burford. That concerns the living bejesus out of me.
As it should.
I mean, Aaron can only do so much. You got to be able to. You got to protect the quarterback. At the end of the day, you have to
keep a spy on him. I still, at the end of the day, think the Niners will pull it out by damn near maybe close to 10 points. At the end of the day, hate to say that, but
well, we hit that hour plus mark.
300 yards.
We've hit that hour plus mark. What else we got?
That is all the matches week one. As it is Christmas for all of the football fans. Raiders and Chargers will kick it off.
Raiders.
But we want to say a special thanks to Joe Sharpie Ramirez of the Raiders Misfits for
Appreciate you,
joining us
Joe.
here on this first episode of the Alliance Sportscast, where we preview the Raiders season and preview the week Chargers. For the one and only number 26, Alonzo, Dr. Death Thomas, the skin of the legendary Steve Thomas, or Missile. I'm Double A. Thank you guys for joining us. Catch you on the next episode here on the Alliance Podcast.
Well, I got you.
We can promise something great every episode. For those of you watching, every episode will be great.
Indeed. I'm going to try to get my son to work on an intro and outro theme for it.
I already got you.
So yeah, let's get that uploaded so we can have
that. I got you.
Okay, let's get that up.
All right.
Well, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate you guys.
Well, I hope it's your only time on the show, brother. You know, this Raider Nation, man, we a family. I don't know how other organizations and fan bases doing it, but I know this fan base right here. I know they say it with the players, but it's always it ain't once a Raider, always a Raider. It's, when you're a Raider, you're always a Raider when it comes to fan base.
Yep,
always.
So the door is always open for you, brother. Whenever you want to come on, man, and just talk some football.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate you guys. And see you at the next Raider game or next event or whenever you want to have me on. I'll be glad to be on.
Absolutely. Thanks for coming on, Joe.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Shout out to the Misfits.
This is the Alliance Sports Podcast, and we will see you on episode number 2. Enjoy the season. Be safe wherever you're watching the games at, folks. We'll catch you on the next episode.
Yeet.